What is going on, guys? It's your dude Shot Master. Welcome back to another Madden NFL 21 franchise team review, and in this team review we will be going over the Atlanta Falcons. Now before we get started, do me a favor, hit stick that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit stick that notification bell as well so you can get notified of when I upload a new video. Remember guys, each video gets you a chance to win a free copy of Madden NFL 21. All you have to do is put in the comment section below anything you want, maybe who you would like to see next, what do you think these Atlanta Falcons record going to be. But if you put a comment, you may be eligible, as I'll pick 3 comments from the comment section for each of these videos and put in a big drawing for a free copy of Madden NFL 21. So with all that said, let's get started taking a look at these Atlanta Falcons. And the first thing we're going to go ahead and take a look at is probably the rookies that they drafted. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rookies that they drafted. And the first one is Tyrell, the DB out of Clemson. So as we go ahead and take a look at his ratings and such, these ratings are just projected. I know the real ratings are out there, but there's not a downloadable file share that has all the updated ratings for Madden NFL 21. So these are not his projected ratings, but he is going to come in at pretty good speed. Now the lowdown on Tyrell is this. I don't think this was a good pick. I didn't think Tyrell should have went that high, but getting into Dan Quinn's, how he likes to use cornerbacks, this might be good. Now the Falcons needed a starting caliber cornerback, especially after losing Pro Bowler Desmond Trufant. And with Tyrell's size, he's 6'1", 195 pounds, 4.42 40-yard dash, and he has the arm length that Quinn likes to be a long-time starter. I think the Falcons definitely have plenty of faith in their returning cornerbacks, Kendall Sheffield and Isaiah Oliver. They even mentioned Sheffield being the #1 corner. But if Tyrell doesn't come in and produce in real life, it's going to be a questionable pick for the Atlanta Falcons. So, and especially with Drew Brees and now Tom Brady also in the NFC South, it is incumbent to have some strong corners in this league. So Tyrell is definitely needed. We'll see how he grows, see how he manages, but I like his speed and his acceleration, and I think his height at 6'1" and his arm length should bode well for you. The second person we're going to take a look at is defensive end Marlin Davidson out of Auburn. Now Marlin Davidson is 6'3", 303 pounds. The Falcons did the right thing in selecting defensive linemen with the pass rush ability. Davidson led Auburn with 7.5 sacks last season and had 17 career sacks, tied for 9th most in school history. Like I said, he's 6'3", 303 pounds, which means he may be suited to play inside next to Grady Jarrett in this position. So I definitely, especially since you've seen they picked up edge rusher Dante Fowler in the offseason, you would think that Marlin Davidson would be moved inside next to Grady in that 4-3 scheme again. And I would also say, again, they're going against Tom Brady and Drew Brees in the NFC South, so it's incumbent that not only that you be able to cover the wide receivers, but also get after the quarterback. I think his strength is going to be better than this. I think in the next video I'll just update like their ratings so we know. Again, there's no file share right now with updated ratings for all of the rookies and all of the whole league, so I'm just going with these. Actually, I think these are updated for the rookies, so these might be the actual rookie ratings now that I think about it. So let's go on to number 3. The number 3 guy that they selected in the 3rd round was Matt Hennessy, the center out of Temple. So, and the reason I did this guy is because I really think now is the time to trade Alex Mack, or maybe after the first year, but we'll talk about trades and cuts a little bit later. But the Falcons have been on Hennessy for a while and watched him closely at the Senior Bowl. One evaluator outside of the organization said that it would be ideal future replacement at center for Alex Mack. Until then, there's no reason why Hennessy shouldn't be able to come in and compete for the starting spot at left guard. He could help protect Matt Ryan, who was sacked a career high 48 times last year. Hennessy played guard at the start of his college career, so he's definitely light enough on his feet to make that an easy move for him to go from center to guard. So we'll see if that may be a place that you can use this guy on. He's definitely more of I want to say he's more of a pass blocker than a run blocker, but he has decent strength for a rookie offensive lineman. So let's go ahead and go through the roster as it is. We'll just go through the roster and talk about some cuts here and there that we think should be done. Again, shout out to my guy B Parks, who does all these great evaluations of these teams, so we know exactly where they run. So as we take a look at the quarterback position, you see Matt Schaub and Benkert. I think you definitely get rid of Schaub, just because he's old, he's costing you money. Then we take a look at the halfback spot, and I think you get rid of Brian Hill and Ollison. Gurley is somebody that was drafted in the offseason, so they're definitely good there. As we take a look at wide receivers, I think you get rid of Zaccheaus and Brandon Powell, along with Treadwell as well. As you'll see, these guys may cost you a little bit of money, but I think you got Julio Jones, you got Calvin Ridley. I think you're good there. I think, we'll talk about this in a bit, but I think it's time for you to really evaluate Julio Jones, and maybe you end up trading him before he really hurts his prime. Tight end, I think you get rid of Lee and Harris. I think there's no question there. Offensive line, we'll take a look at the offensive line. 78 here. We got Carpenter, 68. So this is where I said that you may be able to use Hennessy at the guard position. Of course, you got the All-Pro Alex Mack, which is good. You have Lindstrom at right guard, and then at right tackle, you have McCray. As we go to the defensive side of the ball, you have Dante Fowler Jr. at left end, who they picked up in the offseason. You got McKinley, and then you got Grady Jarrett at defensive tackle, who you might want to go ahead and, like I said, put your other guy there, the other rookie there, Marlin Davidson. So you might want to put Marlin Davidson there, get him some run at that second defensive tackle spot. He's probably going to have better strength than this Davidson, so definitely look out for that. As we take a look at the linebacking core, you have some fast linebackers, but I won't say that they're like good overall, but you have some pretty decent speed linebackers. Of course, capped by Deion Jones, who's going to be a 90 speed. Then you have Deion Buchanan, who has 88 speed. Then you have Laquon, who has 90 speed. So you have some very speedy linebackers. They might not cover well, they might not tackle well, but they're going to be there because they're going to be able to get to the ball. So they're also definitely trade bait as well. Again, we have Sheffield and Oliver with the rookie AJ Tyrell at DB. Some good speed here. Oliver is not really that fast, so you may want to think about maybe moving AJ Tyrell up to this second position so that you can get him some run. He's definitely going to have more speed than Oliver, so it almost makes sense. They're about the same when it comes to overall, but I think, and we'll talk about development in a little bit, but I think you get Tyrell in that second position. Free safety, you got Ricardo Allen, and then strong safety, you got Keanu Neal. So I think you're good there. I think KZ may be somebody else that you can go ahead and trade. And let's talk about that for a second. Let's go ahead and go to the trade. So I think on the trade list, let's just go to the trade list. I think you got to look at Matt Ryan. He's under a bad contract. I think you keep him maybe your first 2 years, and you either cut or trade him. The ideal though is to trade him after year 1, get a high draft pick and a young replacement to groom. Our next trade that we would think about is definitely Julio Jones, another aging star under a long contract. You can use the first year, but then look into trading after year 2 for a younger wide receiver or a high draft pick. It won't be that bad because you do have Calvin Ridley sort of in the wings, who's also a good speedy tall wide receiver. All right, so the other guy you got to look at is Alex Mack, who is aging as well. And I think you probably keep him for your first 2 years and then trade in the second year for a high draft pick or a replacement. Again, you do have Hennessy waiting in the wings, so maybe you use Mack for this year. But again, at 34, he is going to decline big time. So it's probably incumbent on you to go ahead and get rid of him. So let's go ahead and talk about development and who your top 3 development guys should be. The first one, I think you got to go with your guy AJ Tyrell, which is already selected here. I think for another one, for a second one, again, you know, we like to look at guys younger than 23, which, man, the Falcons don't have a lot. So maybe Isaiah Oliver, the other corner. I know he's kind of slow, so if you don't think that you can get maybe a speed up, maybe we get somebody else. I just think the Falcons just do not have a lot of young guys. Maybe you just do all the young guys that just got drafted this year. So maybe do a Matt Hennessy, get him up there, AJ Tyrell, and then so he's already selected. So these are the 3 guys that I think you should go with. The top 3 guys that Atlanta picked this year. So Matt Hennessy, AJ Tyrell, Marlin Davidson. I think those are the 3 guys you focus on for your training. Get them built up because they're going to replace some stars that are ahead of them, which you're going to need down the road. So guys, yo, I appreciate it. Yo, I hope you like this video. Again, make sure you stick that like button, subscribe to the channel, put in a comment below. What do you think about the Atlanta Falcons? I think they're going to struggle this year. Actually, I know this is a playoff or bust year for them, but I think they're really going to struggle. I think they'll probably go 7-9. But the additional Gurley may help if Gurley can get back to form. So that's my caveat, is that if Gurley comes back to the form that he was a couple of years ago, then I think high hopes for this Atlanta Falcons team, because they do have talent, they do have veterans, they have all the pieces. They just got to put it together. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Yo, I appreciate y'all watching. If you want to watch me live, make sure you go out to twitch.tv/ShopmasterTV to watch me play live, play some Madden, play some other stuff. But I appreciate y'all guys. This you do Shopmaster. Lock in and lock up. I'm out. Peace.